Welcome to Where There's a Wills.
There's a play.
I'm Ian, your makeup buxy casual gamer.
I'm Stacey, I'm your non-gamer gamer.
And today we are here to talk about our most anticipated games. We kind of went back and forth on how we were going to do this. I did a top 10 last year. This year I did come up with a large list of games, narrowed it down. I gave Stacey a list of games that I figured she would be interested in. So what we have is we have a couple different sections we're going to go through. We're going to go through some games we've already played and covered on the channel, and we are going to quickly run down the ones that we've played on the channel, and then we're going to highlight two of them. And then we're going to talk about some expansions, and once again, we're going to highlight two that we're really excited about. And then we're going to run down some sequel games that are basically the same as the first game. They're just a sequel to it. And then we have two games that aren't sequels. They're new versions of the same game that we want to talk about that we're very excited about. And then we're going to talk about some games that we backed and some other games that just kind of caught our eye. So we're going to start first with some games that we actually have played and covered. We have 7 games in this last year that we played and covered. And 5 of those are 14ers, which is a really small little card game. The Daily Weather, which is the latest one from Button Shy, which launched this morning. Soros, which we actually got in the other day. It's over here somewhere. Oh, right here.
I saw it.
We actually got this in as we were preparing our list, so this came in just last week. Small Folk, which we just covered this week. We've had for quite a while, but we had some stuff kind of come up, and it took us a while to get coverage. I guess there is, if you watched our review, there is a little addendum to the solo mode, and I guess they've completely revamped it. And then Underleaf, another little small little card game. But the two games we want to highlight, and let me go down to this. Our first is Companion Quest. And Companion Quest is brought to us by Ghostfire Gaming. And it is a cooperative dice rolling, dice worker placement game for 1 to 4 players. And it is a deck builder, bag builder. And in this, what you're doing is you're rolling the dice and you're placing them on a map to try and get these different quests. And these quests, let me see if I can find a map. See if I can find a picture of the map. You can kind of see the map over here. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to put your dice on some different things, and then you're trying to clear all of these challenges along your way as you are making your way along the map. And I don't see a picture of the full, of course, can't find a picture of the full map. So I don't know. They don't have a picture of the actual map on here that I can find. Let's see if I can find a picture of the actual map. I don't see a picture of the map. But anyway, you have, oh, is here one? Is that a quest card? Oh, here's a quest card. So this is the quest card that is down. And then what it is you come out on one side, on the pink side, and you have to make your way all the way over to the purple side. But you have to place the exact dice down. So we had a lot of fun with this at the beginning of the year. We played this quite a bit. We had a review of it, and we had a playthrough of it. We're really looking forward to the final version of this. So, yeah, this is one we are very, very excited for. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining us. Oh, man, we love Companion Quest. It is so much fun. We can't wait for the final copy of it. What'd you think of it?
They're tiny gnomes on a big adventure.
Yes, yes, and
I,
I've heard they've added some new things in and
mhm.
stuff. So
I do like this game because the cards are educational for some families as well, where you have to make combos of dices and you have to add them up some, or you can't go over a certain number, or you have to stay below a certain number. So there's a little adding, subtracting, multiplying involved as well. So this is a little game that packs a lot of punch to me.
yeah, yeah, definitely very fun. Chris had yeah, we had some early questions. We were in contact with them about it, asking some questions back and forth. Light or medium? I'd say it starts kind of light, but is more of a light medium. As you get going through the different quests and you go to further ones, they get a little bit harder to do, and some of the challenges get a little bit harder. So I'd say it's a light to medium. Right now, it's a 2.0 on Board Game Geek, but that is all of 3 people voted. So I would say it's going to be a medium light to medium, somewhere in there. I would say probably more about a 2.25.
It's right up my alley.
It's
So
right up Stacey's alley, so yeah.
yeah.
Yep, it's not light, but it's not full on medium. So I'd say it's a medium light. It's a really good one. Like I said, we have a coverage of it on the channel. And moving on to the one Stacey wants to highlight.
Woo! I am so excited for this. So I got home from work today, just a little while ago, and the one that I was gonna highlight was sitting on my front porch.
Yeah,
And you're
definitely not too light. Definitely not. It's not a
no,
super light game. There's definitely some thinking as to how you're going to mitigate the dice.
and that is Food Truck Race. That literally was delivered to my
Today.
door today. In Food Truck Race, you are a food truck owner and you are trying to upgrade your van so that you can buy more groceries, so you can satisfy more customers, pay those fines of parking in a no parking space, and you are trying to get $50 in your till. To get that $50 in your till, you are collecting money from your menu. You are satisfying your customers as quickly as possible, because if you don't, you get that hangry customer in your line that kind of terrorizes you. And you have to move your worker around the board, which is a big part. I haven't even opened it yet. It's still in shrink. So it looks like the board is very similar to what we had during our prototype copy that we were playing. We also got the porta potties and the picnic tables.
Little mini
Little
expansion.
mini expansion to go along with
And we got
it.
the Too Many Trucks expansion set, which just gives us 2 new trucks to play with that give you just some different scoring things, some different things that you can
Different
make.
menus, I think, too,
You can
as
see
well.
one. You can see one on the screen right now. So this is your menu over on the left side, and when you are collecting different foods, you're putting them in your food truck, and you can upgrade your food truck so you can make more food and you can have more stuff in your mise en place. Yeah, and you're trying to deliver. You're trying to do these different orders here, and then you have the hangriest customers. So as this moves along, um, at the end of a round, everything here. If you haven't served this person, they move, they leave your line, they go to the end of the other person's line. So yeah, we're very excited for this one. I was not expecting it today. I thought it was being delivered by a different way. So I was surprised that this is what it was. Very, very excited for that one. All right. So those are the games we have played and have content for. Like I said, we have 2 of them in hand right now. We actually have more than 2 of them in hand because we have the prototype copies that we were allowed to keep for a couple of them as well. Like we still have Companion Quest and 14ers, and I have the Daily Weather over. Although, if you watched my playthrough, I did have a comment this afternoon that I guess I was missing a key component as I was playing that game, and it was as I was overlapping stuff, I needed to check the background as well, and I was not doing that, so I need to go back and replay it a couple times. Moving on to expansions. So there's a bunch of expansions that we're both excited for, but that I'm excited for. I recently learned Adventurous from Button Shy. It's over here somewhere.
Just saw
It's
it
right here.
underneath
It's
that.
right here. And there's some new expansions for this one coming out. And then Cities has some new expansions coming out that Devere Games posted on Instagram a little bit back. FinSpan has a new expansion coming out in the second quarter. Lands of Amazement, another game that I recently learned from Button Shy, has a couple new ones coming out. Origin Story, which I really, really enjoy, trick-taking game from Stonemaier Games, with a superhero theme. Uh, has a mini expansion coming out. And then I recently got delivered as well stuff that just got in Viticulture Bordeaux, which I'm very excited about. This is one of my favorite games. And then Wingspan Americas. I'm really intrigued by the hummingbird mechanism, so I'm gonna see if that kind of jumps Wingspan up for me in solo play or not, because it's kind of one of those ones that I'm a little iffy on for solo. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Yes, I'm excited for the more superpowers in Origin Story. I need to get that back to the table. But there are two that we want to highlight.
Do I get to talk first?
You get to talk first because we're going alphabetical.
Okay, so the one that I really, really want to highlight is Bark Avenue King and Queens. I have personal reason of why I want to highlight this board game. As some of you, or many of you, I don't know how many of you know, that we have a little white fluffy butt American Eskimo dog. His name is Sitka. And he is a human lifesaver. He saved the life of our next door neighbor on a cold, frosty February Colorado morning. And he is going to have a shared card in this game. And so he is going to be in the game and we get to play with him.
We get to play, yeah, we get to walk him in the streets of New York City.
He'll never make it there because he gets car sick. So this is the closest that he is going to come.
It would take us a long time
to get there. But I am so over the moon excited to get this game and to play this game. And I'll have Ian link the story. He was a local hero. He was on the front page of the local newspaper. They did a beautiful write-up story about how wonderful little Sitka is. And so, he's still with us. And so long after he's gone, he will still be remembered. And this is just it just makes me so incredibly happy to have him in this great game to start with. But he's our little rescue dog who rescued. So if you have the opportunity and you haven't checked out Bark Avenue yet, check out Bark Avenue, check out the expansion, and
yeah, we're very excited. I backed the original game thinking it might be one Stacey plays, but thinking mostly solo, so I didn't put him in the game the first time, paid the extra to put him in the game, and then I kind of regretted not doing, especially after I taught it to Stacey and she really enjoyed it as well. I was like, oh man, I should have put him in. But when they did the expansion, I had been in touch with them. I'm like, we wanted put it stick in, and they didn't have an American Esco in there, and they kind of actually saved a spot for us. And we're very excited. And recently, Terradice Games did an unboxing of this, and if you watch it very carefully, when they open the box, you can actually see Sitka right in the middle. He's like right on the top in the box because they had already opened it already, and he actually is like right in between her hands as she's opening stuff, and so he's like right there. So we saw him in the card. We have the card art. We've had that for months now, and we're very excited. In fact, I'm adding him when I get time. I got to figure out. I'm adding a card for him into Vantage, which was my #1 game of 2025. He's going to be able to take some adventures with me in Vantage, so I'm very excited about that as well. Yes. So my expansion that I am going to highlight is one that I play tested last summer, and it solidified this game as my #1 polyomino game of all time. And I only played this solo, and this is 10 Penny Parks, and this is specifically the Innovation expansion. The Holiday Lights and Spooky Nights ones are just little mini expansions, but this Innovation expansion is so good. It adds this extra innovation board to it where as you go across it, you get to do some extra things, and it works really well with the solo AI. But yeah, I just absolutely love this expansion. It adds just enough little things. It also, you get a whole bunch of new boards, and the new boards have some new spots on them. But yeah, I absolutely love this. You can see right here, when you get here, you can do increase emotions on depending on if you're the first, second, or third person there. You get to develop a landmark. You get to expand your park and everything. So it just gives you extra spaces to do things. And I am very excited about this one. Like I said, I play tested these last summer. I've play tested a few things for Thunderworks games. It's coming from Thunderworks games, and I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this expansion. It is so good, and I'm so excited for it. It solidified 10 Penny Parks as my number one polyomino game of all time. But yeah, so those are the expansions that we're excited for, and the two that were really that were highlighted. As far as the egg strategy I'm guessing you're talking about Wingspan. I have no idea. I only play solo Wingspan on the tabletop. Finspan's the one we play together, and Wormspan's the one I play more solo. Um, and yeah, so I don't know if it fixes that. I haven't played it. I only played multiplayer really on Board Game Arena. Um, yeah, Kate, thanks for joining us first of all. And yeah,
Hey,
Sitka is a good boy. Like we said, he did save a neighbor's life one winter when she got out. And it was freezing cold out in early February or late January, whatever it was,
it
and she
was
was outside
this
like all night,
week.
like this week. Yeah. Um, yeah, Chris. It, the the uh the expansion is so good. Oh, Expeditions versus Size. That one is a tough one because it's a standalone game that is a sequel to both games, and every other game can work with it. So, yeah, Expeditions versus. I am excited for that one. I'm not sure how I classify that one because it's a standalone game on its own, standalone dueling game, but it also expands both games, so it's a standalone expansion, I guess. Probably. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Could also be kind of a sequel, I guess. Moving on to sequels. So sequels we are classifying as games that are pretty much they're going to be mostly the same game, but there's going to be different a lot of differences. I agree, Chris. It is everything. It is everything. I'm excited for that one. I've never played Scythe, but I am excited for that. Expeditions I do enjoy. So sequel games are games that are simply sequels. They're going to probably play mostly the same, but there are going to be differences in this. So, a couple of them that came across our radar are well, there's a new Adventurous coming out, Adventurous Outlands. Astro Rove, also from Button Shy Games. That is my number one. Rove and Aqua Rove are like basically my number one game system games from Button Shy. Cities USA. So we said that Cities itself is getting an expansion with new cities, but there's going to be a Cities USA game that is set in the US. The new Everdell game. I love the Everdell games. I play them solo. Really enjoyed Silver Frost this last year. I'm very excited about Emerald and that like ruins track or whatever they call it. Looks really cool. And Keymaster is coming out with Parks Europe, which they announced a while ago. There isn't a lot of information, but the first one we're going to highlight is going to be the one I'm going to highlight, and this is my um I believe this is my number one game from Flat Out Games, and this is Cascadia Alpine Lakes. I absolutely love Cascadia. I like playing it solo. I love the expansion. I love playing it with Stacey. I love playing even the simplified version with the simplified rules at school with my board game club. So I'm very excited for Cascadia Alpine Lakes. And so in Alpine Lakes, you have double hex tiles that can actually stack, and so you can build up to do different things, and you're going to be able to score differently. So I'm just really excited about this stacking ability with this. Oh, you got to demo it? Nice. I really need to make some convention sometime to so I can demo some of these games. I would love it. But I'm very excited for Cascadia Alpine Lakes. So you can see you've got some new animals, some new symbols on them, some new landmarks, it looks like. And then, like I said, you're stacking, and you're able to stack them. It looks like you're scoring in some different ways. Looks like it's got some little cards in here that are similar to landmarks, the landmarks expansion, and also maybe some bonus things like in the two rolling rivers and rolling lakes games. So very excited for this one. Double hex tiles are always kind of a cool little thing. Puzzly tile laying game. Players continue their journey starting in Cascadia to create the most diverse Pacific Northwest environment as they draft new double hexagon habitat tiles and unique new wildlife tokens to build out and up their beautiful landscape motif. So, or mosaic. So very excited for Cascadia Alpine Lakes. I love Cascadia. Like I said, love it all different ways. Someone I really wish was on Board Game Arena because I would love to play this on Board Game Arena. But that is Cascadia Alpine Lakes.
And the one that I am going to be highlighting that I am really, really excited about is Let's Go to France. This is the follow-up to Let's Go to Japan, and you are exploring Paris and the different regions around the Paris area. Again, you're going to be doing the food, you're going to be doing the tourist attractions, and finding those hidden gems along the way. You're going to have your illustrated cards that you had in Let's Go to Japan. This one's going to have a different playboard though. So you're going to be moving around a little bit differently than you were in Let's Go to Japan. I think this has to do with two different halves of your vacation instead of traveling back and forth between your regions and Let's Go to Japan. But I can't remember.
So there isn't a whole lot of information other than what's on
I guess I could read what's on here.
BGG. So you still have your player boards where you're planning your itinerary, which look fairly similar. But yeah, you have this extra board on the side. That let's see. That
I'm gonna sneeze, so pardon me in advance. Try not to.
Oh, you do not have to jump back and forth between two different places in this one, Chris said.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure if it's heavier or not. I don't need it to be heavier. I'm guessing with this area movement part, it's going to be a little bit heavier because there's this whole extra board here. So I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit heavier, but I don't really know.
Yeah, there's no reviews on
No.
anything like
It
that.
hasn't even hit Kickstarter yet. It says it's 2026, so hopefully it hits Kickstarter and delivers this year. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Chris said the extra board adds some weight, I suppose, but I wouldn't call it heavy by any means. No, I don't see this series of games. And it is going to be a series. I mean, it was kind of predicted when they said, let's go with the exclamation point to Japan, that it was going to be a series of games. I don't see this series of games probably leaning heavy ever. They're very, I think this series and just this type of game, I think leans more towards being that kind of more light medium sort of game. We both really enjoyed Let's Go to Japan. It was on both of our top 10s in 2024. It was on both of our re-ranked top 10s in 2024, even after we had played other games. So this one is definitely a big hit for us.
And this one will have a solo mode as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If you're a solo gamer and you like the Let's Go to Japan, this may be right up your alley as well.
Oh, nice, Chris. You got to sit down with the designer as he was finishing up the game with one of your colleagues. Oh, nice.
Sounds like we got a brag.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of information. So, other than what is on Board Game Geek, we were excited when it was announced. So
that's awesome, though. That is, I'm jealous.
Yeah. So that wraps up our sequel games. Now, the next category we have is new versions. So these are games that are going to play that are the same game that they were before, but they're just a new version of them. And both of them basically add a little bit more to the original game.
So the one that I want to start with is that I love the game Mountain Goats. It is truly, to me, it's just a fun press your luck kind of game where you're trying to get your goats to the top of the mountain and stay there. With Mountain Goats, they're coming out with a legacy game called Mountain Goats Legacies. But the good thing about this game is that with a lot of legacy games, you kind of ruin your board. With this one, you're not ruining your board so that it has replayability when you're done with it. And you're still going to be able to get it out and have a new game each time. So that's what brought me to the attention of this one, is that you still have your fun Mountain Goats themed trying to get to the top, but somehow they're throwing in a legacy aspect of it, which really I'm not really a legacy. I don't know. I've only ever played one legacy game, so I can't say that I am or I'm not. But it doesn't really appeal to me that much with ruining, paying that much for a game and then ruining it with writing on it or stickering it up and not being able to adjust it. But with this one, you're going to be able to do that. So that really intrigues me. And those dice, it's got orange dice, so we all know
And
that it's
yes,
a winner
and
right
yes,
there.
I got the custom dice. Of course, I did. And yes, there's an orange, so we know Stacy's gonna love it because it's orange. There's an
Yeah,
orange character.
orangish. So yeah, so that one really caught my attention. So I'm really excited to see what they do with it to make it a legacy
Yeah,
game.
yeah, me too.
I'm not sure how they're gonna do that, and I haven't been
I
able to read about how it's being changed to do
I
that. But
think you might just put some stuff on some of the spots, or there might be some goals and stuff, and then there's kind of a story that goes on with it. Yeah, so and you can replay it making different decisions. So every time you play it, you can do something different. So your the story is, I believe, is like you're trying to help a family of goats get back home or something.
look at the
Um
cover box, the box
yeah, the
cover.
box cover is
And
absolutely gorgeous
how
on this.
cute and adorable these little ladies are on here. I mean, you can't really
And
go
the
wrong with
gentleman, I mean,
goats.
you
Well,
know,
he's
there's
pretty
hands,
handsome
you
too.
know.
Yes. So, I mean, the box cover, I'm a themer. So,
Kate said orange is the best, so
it, it, I knew I liked you, Kate.
yeah. So I learned so uh Can't Stop was one of the first push your luck games we ever learned, and it was because it was donated to my board game club, and it kind of started our love of push your luck games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played Mountain Goats. I played Mountain Goats several times on Board Game Arena, and I went, Stacy is gonna love this game. It adds just a little bit more gameplay to Can't Stop, but it still kind of has that Can't Stop sort of element to it. And and I bought it recently. And the good thing about this is I heard that you can actually just still play Mountain Goats with this, which will be cool because if that's true, then either our copy of Mountain Goats is going to go into our travel bag, or I might take it into school so the kids can play it because it's just such a fun game. But yeah, looking forward to Mountain Goats Legacy in this one. Oh, there's a storybook. Oh, there's a storybook to go with it. Well, you say orange, you say yellow, blue. Chris, what's your color?
Tiebreaker. Chris is
My
the tiebreaker.
Chris is like, well, no, you got two orange and one yellow and a blue, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Or yellow.
I mean, she's wearing yellow right now, so so my game kind of is the same sort of thing with it being a new version, and this is a roll and write that is one of my favorite roll and writes. Absolutely love it, and this is Three Sisters, and Three Sisters is coming up with a Harvest Edition this year. And the Harvest Edition adds a campaign. So I'm very excited about that. We don't play a lot of things with campaigns, or like Stacey said, a lot of legacy games. The only legacy game is
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride Legacy, which is a game we love and we really enjoyed that. So I'm very excited to add a legacy to Three Sisters and just add or not a legacy, a campaign to it, just to add a little bit more. Team Blue. And Kate said her husband is Team Blue. So so you guys are exactly like us, blue and orange. Okay.
Oh.
She's green, but orange, or when orange is not available. So orange is her first, then green.
That makes sense.
But yeah, all right. Oh, you guys are exactly like us
Yep.
then. Wow. So Three Sisters is a roll and write that's been around for some time now, and this one adds new gameplay of the original. Features all the award-winning gameplay of the original edition, plus a 12-chapter campaign mode with new content, gameplay, and components. So I'm very excited about this. I usually play this one only solo. Stacy doesn't play a lot of roll and write, so if I can get something that's going to make this one even better, I'm very excited about this one. So yeah, this one definitely, when I saw Harvest Edition with that, and it's a standalone version, so I will probably put Three Sisters stuff just in our travel bag, and it'll just stay in there because I won't need it out, and it'll just stay in our travel bag just for travel. So those are our new versions of games. So we talked about games we played, talked about expansions, talked about sequels, and new versions. Now we're going to go into brand new games that we really don't know a whole lot about. And first, we're going to talk about games that we have backed on Kickstarter,
We
GameFound,
as
or
in he.
that I have backed. Wait, okay, me. That me has backed. Me being the great teacher and the great English I just spoke. Yes. All right. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Which is this one our list here?
This is my list. This is your list.
Oh.
So
You
those are your four.
start.
So
Well, no, you start so I
okay.
can look it up a
Okay.
little
So
bit.
we each have 4 games that have been backed already, so we know we're getting them, and 4 other games that will be coming, and we've got our eye on. So the first one I'm going to talk about real quickly. I wasn't going to include it if I did a straight top 10, but I need to include this one because I'm still excited for this one. It's hit a little bit of a delay, but I am so excited for Layers from Kids Table Board Gaming. I love Battleship. I've always loved Battleship. I love that whole deduction thing. And with Layers, it's basically like Battleship. You and your opponent, it's a 2-player only game. You and your opponent are going to design different layers on the opposite sides of things and put things in it. And you're going to have to figure out where you're going. And you're going to basically do from my understanding, you're going to basically do a battleship type thing like, oh, D3, but you might run into things. And then you're going to have a pad of paper where you're marking things off. So you can actually mark things off. So I am just so excited for this because every time you play, you can set up your layer differently. This one, like I said, this one was, I think, number 3 on my most anticipated for 2025. Did not quite. It hit a couple snags with some things, and so I believe it's supposed to hopefully deliver. Actually, I think I told you yesterday that it is in the distribution centers, and I know it'll be shipping off to Canada first, and then it'll be start distributing. So we should hopefully, fingers crossed, we have this in February, and very excited for this one. I mean, it just looks really cool, and just the whole idea of this. 2 games in one, both fun, design then game. Oh yeah, because you're designing your board and then you're playing the game because you're design. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm very excited because as you're doing it, you're going to
So you design it each time?
each time you build a different. So this map here is going to be different every time.
Oh,
Every time you
gotcha.
play, you can put everything in separately. So did not see your list ahead of time. No, this is the first time anybody's seeing this. So I am still very excited for this one. And yeah, I mean, Kids Table Board Gaming, if you follow our channel, you know that Kids Table Board Gaming is one of our top publishing companies. Their games just work for the 2 of us together. And so very excited for this one to come in.
So the one that I wanted to highlight that I am extremely excited about.
Are you going in order here?
Yes, I'm going to this one. In 1986, in the summer of 1986, I was between my 8th grade and freshman year of high school. My brother had just graduated high school. So this game resonates a lot with me. And it's the last week of summer, which in 1986, high school is over and you need to plan the perfect summer. I think this looks so much fun. It's a worker placement with mini games associated with it. I'm starting to like mini games in games. I'm kind of digging that whole genre.
Yeah.
That's kind of new to me, but I'm really starting to like it. But you are going to be going to the video store. You're going to be making 8 or cassette tapes. You're going to be going to the arcade. Did I already say arcade?
No.
Going to the arcade, you're going to be doing fast food, you're going to the Quickie Mart or the U Mart or whatever they call it in the game. It's just an 80s themed game for a certain age group of people who may really enjoy this game. And I think it's going to introduce that 80s world to a lot of younger generation as well. And they're really going to know what they're missing out on or what they missed out on.
This year is, I'm just going to call it nostalgia year for our age group because you have this coming out and then Cola Wars, which relives the the wars between Pepsi and Coke. Not exactly, obviously they can't use Pepsi and Coke, but that's coming out. I mean, that's our like, and then the class of '89 where you're making the perfect yearbook. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this year just feels like very nostalgic. And yeah, this one I backed this one. I'm so excited for this one as well.
Yep.
Just the different locations you can go to and do different things. Plays 1 to 4. So very excited that it also plays solo. So when we get it out, it will get to play for, we'll get to play 2 player and then also solo, and hopefully maybe host a game night and play it with some people. And bring back some nostalgia for them.
Yep, this is a set collection, tile placement, push your luck, dice rolling,
See you,
everything.
Chris. Thanks for joining.
See you, Chris. Thanks for coming with us. It's just a little bit of everything that you want in a game. It's just, it's gonna be so much fun.
Yep, very excited for that one. All right, my next one is one that just recently um, backed. It is still on Kickstarter, and this is Lodge. This is from the designer of Tiny Towns and Fit to Print. 2 games that I really enjoy. Tiny Town Stacey earlier this year, she liked it. Fit to Print, she really enjoys. This is a really cool spatial puzzle. First of all, I love this cover. This cover is just
That screams
it's
1980s ski
I mean that
lodge.
it does. I mean, and the artwork does too. But and then so here's some of the artwork on it. Let's see if I can find a picture of the okay. This is your selling point of this game. So in this game, you're going to be taking these tiles off of this board. And I believe, if I remember correctly, whatever level you take it off of, that's what level or what floor of your lodge you have to put it on as you're trying to fulfill different criteria and do different things. And then you can get some guests to come in. But the cool thing is, as you can see, excuse me, excuse me, as you see, when you're done with your turn or when everybody's done with their turn, I don't know exactly if it's at the end of a round, you tilt this up and the whole thing slides. So different rooms end up in different areas. And I think that mechanism is going to be really, really cool and really, really interesting. Yeah, I love the artwork on this. I love this very. Here's the upgraded sliding board, which also has space. It's molded on top to look like a mountain and it has space for the other things that are setting it all on the table. But you can see these things are all going to slide down as there's space. So you're going to lift it up, everything is going to slide down. So I'm very excited for this game. It is still on Kickstarter. It has not finished its campaign yet. But yeah, you're going to draft room tiles from a sliding display and place them on matching floors to attract guests to your lodge. Gain bonus points for placing those guests on their preferred floors and by constructing amenities to keep them happy. Yeah, Kate, this one, I mean, let me bring this up. Let me bring this up quick and see, because should be one of my most recent ones. They've got the let me just bring this up on here because they've got it actually sliding. I think on the so look, yeah. So there's like once it goes, then it just slides. And I mean, it is such a cool little mechanism. And the fact that so you can kind of plan out like, well, these are gonna be here, but if I wait, they're gonna slide down and they're gonna be on the floor I need them to be. Um, Here's some little tokens that are in the game. Newspaper artwork. I mean, I would say yeah. This is the deluxe version comes with a cover, so you can do a daytime or a nighttime cover, I guess. But yeah, there's a good picture of everything. Yeah, it just looks gorgeous. Love the artwork. That cover is so cool, and just that whole mechanism. It really caught my eye, and it was one like, okay, I like Tiny Towns. I like Fit to Print. I saw some info on this. I looked into it. I'm like, this is going to be a game that I know I really like, and I think Stacy's going to like as well. So that is Lodge, and I guess we should be saying the publishers. That is coming from Pickpocket Games. That is
Oops.
my second one that I'm talking about that we have already backed.
And the next one that I'm going to talk about is about the world's greatest animal, in my opinion, and that is the otter in Otter Chaos. In Otter Chaos, a terrible storm has destroyed the otter den, and you are trying to agree on a new home. And you have to figure out which environment you want it to be put in, and you have to outscore the other otters and convince them that your habitat and your house is the best option for them all. It just looks like a cute little game. It looks like kind of a, we haven't used the word yet. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Okay.
It looks like a cozy
Cozy.
game.
This is coming from Button Shy.
Yep. So
Trick taking game.
it just looks silly. It looks like a cute game. I can't wait to get this one. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, this one is part of what they're calling their Otterverse. This one recently was part of as a part of their reprint campaign. So they've got two other games, an Otter one and Why I Otter, that are older games. And this one is a brand new game, but an Otter one and Why I Otter were available as part of their reprint campaign in 2025. So I backed it for all three of them along with one other game. But yeah, I knew, with Otters, it was going to be, Stacey would want to play it. It's Otters. Otters or orange. And it's very simple, Otters or orange. And, Stacey's going to try it. It could be, the most complex, boring game in the world. And it's got otters and orange. And Stacey's going to try it.
You throw both of those in one box, and holy moly, I'm a happy girl.
Yep, the their otter titles are pretty good. They did come
Very
up, they
punny.
did do a good idea.
Very punny. Yeah, I'm excited for this game. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully, as all of these, I hope it doesn't suck.
Yeah, and most Button Shy games
They
have
don't.
really hit, and the ones that you
Yeah.
play, really hit for both of us.
Yeah.
The next one of mine, I'm not gonna say is nostalgia, but I did do this sport back in middle school. We actually have one of these clubs in my hometown. Kate probably knows what I'm talking about because it's pretty popular in the Midwest. And this game I backed just because it looks fun and silly, and it's a dexterity game, and we love dexterity games. And this is called Mystic Curling Club. Oh, there's no pictures on Board Game Geek. Let me pull it up on here. Yep, you called it, Kate. Let me pull it up on here. So in Mystic Curling Club, you are actually going to be sliding dice basically down a curling rink, trying to get them into certain spots. But you also can get like different abilities and different cards for different abilities and things. So let's see here. So you have this board, and it's actually two-sided, and then you have all of these D12s in different colors that you're going to slide down, and you're going to slide them, not roll them like this. This is them saying, no, that's not going to be what you do. So you can either flick, roll, or slide them. I don't know. And your best five in a two-player game, your best 5 stones score. So I don't know. It just looked like fun. I did curl in junior high. And the mystic abilities and stuff, your team, you get a witch with familiars, and so you have little abilities with it. So you have your different stones here and everything. And this just looks like it's gonna be a fun one for us because we do like our dexterity games, and we really like Sorry Sliders. So I'm like, well, this seems kind of like Sorry Sliders, and it just looks like a lot of fun. So yeah, looking forward to that one. That one is coming from Asmati Games. So bring the ice sport of curling to your tabletop with dice. In the dexterity game Mystic Curling Club, instead of 44 pounds of granite down a 100-foot sheet of ice, you'll be sliding shiny 12-sided dice down a 3-foot board, trying to reach the center of the rings. As in the sport of curling, you can bump opposing stones, throw guard stones to defend your own, and mix strategy with skills to win. But Mystic Curling Club isn't just dice curling, it's magical dice curling. Each player chooses a witch and her familiar to lead their curling team. On certain shots, you'll be able to change the playing field, adding, moving, or even removing stones. I don't know, it just looked really fun. And it looked kind of it just looked like something that would be fun for us. Like I said, we like dexterity games, we like games like that, and this just felt like it was a more gamery dexterity game. So that's Mystic Curling Club. Just looks like a lot of fun.
I think they missed an opportunity here with the Olympics starting soon.
Yeah.
They really should have had this fulfilled for the Olympics, had it delivered.
Yeah, it was
Just
one of
now.
my it was one of my most recent ones, so they would have had to do that way back.
Oh, that would have been ideal. But anyway, I'm sorry I cut you off. Are you done?
Yes.
I didn't mean to do that. So the next one that
Curling equals broom. Yes.
yes.
I wish there was curling. I would love to get into curling.
The next one that I'm going to talk about is a KTBG game that is going to be coming out, and that is River Market. Now, River Market is a standalone game in the world of Creature Comforts. And this is going to be a cozy world where they are going to be you're going to be opening your market, you're going to be activating buildings that you visit and see what kind of adventures you can open up with those. Let me read over here because I forgot to read this whole thing before we started.
You don't have to. You can just read it. Just read it.
I can just read it. So River Market is a new standalone game set in the world of Creature Comforts. As forest critters, players take turns moving around the river market, activating the buildings they visit, hiring helpful new employees, and adding their own new businesses. Gameplay is quick, and before you know it, the market will be closed for another day. Will you make the biggest contribution in growing the river market? You'll have to play to find out. So I love Creature Comforts. I just think it's adorable. And again, the little creatures in this are so stinking cute. And I'm excited to see where this goes. Like, what other opportunities after River Market will come in the world of the Creature Comfort world. I think there's more opportunities for it even after this one. So I always love the artwork. I always love the gameplay. And I'm excited to see when this gets delivered, if it fulfills my expectations.
Yeah, so the cool thing about this, and the reason we didn't put this in sequels, is because this is a completely different game. It's just in the same world. And so the cool thing about this one is you're going around a rondel, basically around the river. Let's see if I can get a good picture of it. Right here. So you're going around this river rondel, and I think there's some things that you can get some upgrades of where you can maybe actually go across the river. But this rondel is not always there. You are literally building it as you are playing. So it's going to start small, and then it's going to get bigger. So you got to figure out when you want to put something out so you can use it in different things. So yeah, as I said, we love Creature Comforts. It was the first game that I backed on Kickstarter. It started our love of kids table boarding gaming games. We now have a really good relationship with them. And they have some other really great games coming out this year. Seashells is
I'm excited for that one,
Seashells is
too.
actually delivering with River Market. Oh no. Yeah, Seashells is delivering with River Market, or is going to be on the River Market, or was on the River Market campaign. This will actually deliver near the end of the year, I believe. But they've also got they've got a new one coming called Pack and Paddle, which we got a notification today that it's going to hit that one's going to hit Kickstarter in March. And I think we're getting a preview copy of that one. Yeah, we're very excited for this. It's kids table board gaming always kind of works for us. Like, their games really work. We like that light to mid gaming. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get more light games, I highly suggest KTBG. Because they're light, but they still have a bit going on. Like, if you go for their main box sizes, but even like Cafe Barris, because the multi-purpose cards is really good.
It's a little higher for the Cafe Bears, I think.
Yeah, Creature Comforts is great because you have the it's a light to mid-weight, because you have this really cool mechanism where you have 2 family dice, you roll those, then you place your 4 workers out, then there's 4 village dice that everybody uses, but only one person rolls them. So you're placing 4 workers out on places based on limited available or limited information. So yeah, they have some great games. We really love them. Like I said, we have a really good relationship with them. Um, so yeah, that one, definitely looking forward to that one as well. All right, and my final one that I backed is one that I saw, God, a while ago, and Arcane Wonders is bringing it over. It is a Dice Tower essential, and this is Roz, the A Dance of Love, and this is based on. Let me give a description of it first before I go into some pictures. So it's a game with the dance style of the Garba Raz, where color, rhythm, and tradition come to life. So this is based on an actual dance from India. In this game of dice drafting and tableau building, you will lead your dance academy to glory one dance at a time. Recruit dancers represented by colorful dice, where each color and pip shows off their styles and rhythm. Collect stunning dresses, give your dancers dandiya sticks, and match the style of the song to create the performance they shine. The board consists of 7 discs connected by a gear mechanism. Each disc has 6 dancers slash dice, specializing in different tempos and styles of the energetic Gujarati dance form. Players draft dancers from the central dance floor to train their own personal dance troupe. So this just seems really cool. So all of these gears, or all these discs, are connected by a gear mechanism, and so they have different things with their dance. Oh, I'm glad you. Yeah, I'm very excited for this one, as well. TPD, great. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one as well. It looks gorgeous, first of all. And it just sounds really cool. I mean, those player mats are absolutely stunning. But this whole gear mechanism, where all 7 discs are connected by gears, just sounds really cool. It's one that I heard about a couple years ago, and yeah, it hit Kickstarter late last year, maybe early quarter 4. Yeah, so excited for that one, coming from Arcane Wonders, and that is my last one that we've actually backed already.
And there's one more that
Yep.
I'm going to talk about. And for some reason, I don't know what the theme is with all of these, most of these ones that we backed that I am talking about, but they all have animals except for one. And this one is use up all your sick days. And this just looks like a cute, non cozy game where this doesn't have a play turn order. You're kind of playing in a jumbled way where you're not going to be. Let me read about it because that'll make more sense. I
And
can't
this is coming
explain
from
it.
Charming Games, who brought us
Charming.
Otter
Mm-hmm.
and Capybara Crush and Park Life.
Yes. So use up all your sick days is simple. There is no turn order, and you need to play a card with the next day or same worker currently on top of the discard pile. But if you go to play at the same time as someone else, you both leave the card and draw 2 cards as punishment. You also can't play after yourself, and you could play a card face down as a doctor's note, making it a wild. So you can play this solo. This is for 1 to 6 players, and I just think this is cute. I I don't know what it is with me and cuddly cozy animal games, but I mean, look at those pieces.
And these are the prototype pieces he actually shared. These are going to be actually 2-sided. One side is happy and one side is sad. And these come from other games. So like the hedgehog comes from Park Life Hedgehog. And this isn't all of them. There is an otter. This doesn't have the otter in the picture.
He's
This
cut
this
off
is cut
on the
off.
other end.
The capybaras from Capybara Crush, and he's actually working on I'm on their Discord page, and Dylan is actually working on some other games that I think are going to feature some of these other animals. He did share some other uh, some other pictures from the of the meeples, and they're just adorable. Small box game,
Mhm.
like the all play size boxes. So yeah,
I
this one.
really like that more games are going towards a smaller box.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much easier for storage.
Yeah,
And they're using more spatial awareness for their games as well instead of having so much wasted space.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about
yeah.
that.
All right. Well, there are 8 games that we're excited for, that we're anticipating this year, that have already been back, so we know we're getting them. Now we're going to go into some games that haven't been backed, but they will either be coming to Kickstarter or crowdfunding soon, or they'll be direct to retail, or they will be sold directly from the publisher. So I started last one. Why don't you start this one?
Which one am I starting with?
Top one.
Oh, Honey Pot. Honey Pot. I just like the cover for this one. I'm a themer, so I really I love the cover of this box. In Honey Pot, you are a secret agent bear.
And this is the only picture of it, just so you know, is the cover. There's nothing
Oh,
else for it. So
that's
that
it?
is,
That's
yep.
all?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, no wonder why I like it so much. But you're a secret agent bear, and you're trying to get spy supplies without getting stung by all the bees. And I don't know what. It's a set collection game featuring a massive deck of cards. So each round, the combination of items is a new puzzle. Honey Pot is a quick and simple I stack you choose game for 1 to 6 players with delightful artwork.
Yeah, the artwork is Kwanchai Mori, who's a big name and stuff too. Yeah, so I mean, it's coming from Flat Out Games, with AEG helping to distribute it, and I mean, Flat Out Games just kind of work for us as well. This is going to be one of their not bigger boxes, one of their more like Point Galaxy, Point City, type box sizes. Yeah, I mean, set collection, I stack you choose. I mean, you're a secret agent bear. Like,
does it get better than that?
They actually, let's see if I can bring up my email quick on a different window, because they actually sent out a notice about this today.
About Honey Pot?
About Honey Pot.
And you're just now telling me this?
Yes, I am.
Oh my.
Because I just remembered.
Gosh. Okay.
So, oh wait, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I know I got something today about it.
Oh my.
I don't know. I got something today saying kind of like when it's going to be hitting Kickstarter this spring. But it's not where I thought it was, so nope, I don't know. Okay, anyway, yeah, so they just talked about how it's going to hit with oh, what's the other game it's coming out with? There's another one. There's another one that it's coming out with at the same time, which is, where is it? Where is it? Oh, Forage, which is a roll and write game or a flip and write game. So yeah, so Flat Out Games really kind of are one of those other companies that just, they kind of work for us and where our gaming style is and where things, and where kind of even like I'm kind of going with my gaming style. So we got some deduction stuff on here with layers, and this is gonna have a little deduction. So yeah, Honeypot, looking forward to that one too.
That's gonna be fun.
All right. I'm gonna actually have 5 on my list because I realized I almost forgot one. Oh. I had to add it, but I didn't want to take any of the other ones off.
Okay.
So we'll quickly go through. So I guess I maybe should have started. So, but that's okay. This one is another campaign game, legacy game, and this is Cozy Stickerville, and this one is coming from Unexpected Games, and I mean, it just looks cute, first of all. And I've heard some really good things about this game. You're going through and you are putting stickers on this to kind of like work through your farm or something.
Are the stickers going to be removable?
No, I don't think so. So explore the land, uncover mysteries, and follow your residents' personal stories. Build your village with over 800 stickers featuring houses, farms, shops, animals, and so much more. As your village grows, so do your options. Go fishing, explore the mine, find true love, and more. Create your legacy as your choices unlock new options and can have lasting repercussions in future games. The buildings you choose have unique effects, and each decision creates new possibilities in future years. Explore and discover as you help residents pursue personal stories, go fishing, explore mines, and uncover hidden mysteries. A game for everyone. So yeah, so I don't know, it just sounds really fun. we'll keep an eye on it. The thing with kind of like legacy games that do get destroyed is you also kind of look at it like Ticket to Ride Legacy. Yes, spoiler, we can play it at the end with a custom board, but even the 12 games, I mean, the number of games we've played 12 times, that play for two people, it was worth it. And this one probably is going to have a lot lower, price point on it. So, very excited for this one. It looks like it might be available on some places, probably for pre-order. So yeah, definitely interested in that one. It just looks like it's gonna be a fun one, and it looks like Stacey said, we don't do a lot of campaigns or legacy games, but this looks like one that we would actually do, just because it also looks very fun. Like you're putting stickers on something, like to build out your world and go through your life. It looks like so. Yeah, that's Cozy Stickerville from Unexpected Games.
The only thing that would make it better is if they were smelly stickers.
Scratch and
Oh,
sniff.
scratch and sniffs. That would be awesome. Okay, the next one that I'm going to talk about is hummingbirds. Hummingbirds is kind of like kites, where it's got the timers that you are having to turn over. But the difference is that these timers have hummingbirds on them, and they're set into this fountain, and you can't tell which color is at what level in the timer. And so you have to judge which one you have to pull up. If you pull it up and you're incorrect about where that timer stands, you get not a what's the opposite of
A
a bump?
penalty.
Thank you, a penalty. This has been going on too long. You get a penalty. And so you are trying to basically guess most accurately, is my understanding of this. And you're
Yeah.
going to be earning tokens and flowers along the way. And look, there's orange
There's
right
an orange
there.
honey, so you can be the orange hummingbird.
I can be orange. And so I think this just, it doesn't look cozy. It doesn't look as stressful as kites by any means, where,
Because it's not
you're
real time.
just,
It's not real
no,
time.
no, some of them go slow, and it's kind of more of a, kind of a wait, and then
Yeah.
some of them are going to go a little bit faster. I think it's just going to be one of those games that you're just going to bring out on a weeknight game when you've had a little bit of stress at work and you just want to,
Kind of fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
it looks fun
So
though.
yeah, the longer you wait, the sweeter the reward. But be careful, if the stand timer is still ticking when you check, you'll lose one of your lowest value nectar tokens. So yeah, you're gonna either place the hummingbird on top of something, or you're gonna pull it up on your turn. So yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. This one's coming from the op. Jason Tremblay, designer, who had Tacta last year, which was a big hit. I would agree. Kites is stressful, but it's
Yeah.
also kind of a fun stress. I don't know if that's such a thing. If that's such a thing, of a fun stress. I don't know. But yeah, so hummingbirds looks really fun. Really looking forward to that one. Yeah, that one looks good. My next one is from a designer who kind of came out of nowhere 2 years ago with three gigantic games. Now, I have not played any of these games because they are most of at least two of them are really higher complexity. One of them I am very interested in, and this is from Tomas Holek, and this is Night at the Zoo. And Night at the Zoo says just a little further, a little bit higher, bro. The cheetah gave the penguin a boost over the gate, while a confused wolf dashes past. Look out, someone's coming. Everyone froze. Everyone freezes, but after a moment of silence, a sloth calls from a tree. All clear, move out. The animals have secretly snuck out of the zoo at night, and now they're trying to find their way back. Help them return before the keepers notice. The goal of the game is to help the animals and guide them safely back into their home. Players explore parts of the darkened zoo to discover the best routes home. Each round, players draft tiles and place them on their boards, triggering special actions and building a path back for their animals. Every animal has its own unique way of moving and scoring points, making each game a new adventure. First of all, this cover is gorgeous.
The
I mean,
eyes.
they're all just like caught in the light, like, okay, freeze, freeze. And I mean, this is just a work in progress too. So I'm very interested in this one. I think this one might be more of a midweight. We do have his most recent game, which was a lightweight game called Pondscape, which we got for review. So very excited to play that one. I've heard nothing about amazing things about his games. This is coming from Albi Studios. Like I said, he kind of came out of nowhere 2 years ago with SETI, Galileo Galilei, and Tea Garden. I know SETI and Tea Garden are above my um, complexity. I think Galileo Galilei is maybe right in there. Aquaria was new last year. Yeah, that one is right at the top end. I am interested in that one as well. Just because I've heard such good things about his games, and they seem to be big hits for a lot of people. I'm very excited for this one. I'm very interested in it. It just sounds like a really cool one. Yeah, Kate, I know. Yeah, your daughter was a zookeeper. I mean, there you go. Buy this for her. Okay, this seems very stressful. Also,
What?
this seems. I
That's
don't
my
know.
dream
This
job.
I don't know if this one sounds stressful. This sounds it sounds interesting. I'm very intrigued by this one. The fact that it plays solo. We'll kind of wait to see what the complexity of it is. But if it is more than that midweight, I am definitely interested in this one. But yeah, this one's Night at the Zoo from Albi Studios. Designer Tomas Holick. I guess I heard on another video, I think it was Rada was saying that he's like, where did you come up? He's like, oh, I've been designing games since I was like 8 years old. He's like, I guess he told him he's like he has binders and binders worth of games. I mean, he has just come up with hit after hit, which is kind of shocking for just a new designer just to just keep rolling out these hits after hits. So I'm very excited for this one. I'm hoping it is more of a mid complexity game because it just sounds really cool and the idea of it just sounds interesting. So that is Night at the Zoo.
And the next one that I am going to talk about is called Market Fresh. With Market Fresh, you are going to the farmer's market and you are trying to get the best vegetables, fruits, and you're going to have these produce crates. This is what brought me to be interested into this game. Is you're going to be stacking produce crates. So it's kind of a puzzly game, I think. On a player's turn, they take a crate from the supply or one of the available face-up crates and add it to their hand. They will then choose one of their crates from their hand to place into their stall and score points accordingly. So I go
Yeah.
to the farmer's market in the summertime. I have a little booth, so therefore I am highly qualified for this game. And I think that I will do very well at this.
Our farmer's market has become more of a craft fair.
Yes, so
Summer
that
craft fair.
hence I sell crafts at my craft fair, and so I will be qualified for this. But I think this just looks
I mean,
cute.
that looks so cool.
Yeah, I like the idea of stacking them and actually having little crates to stack that are filled with stuff. Um, I'm interested to see how this plays out and kind of what the complexity of it is. It's right at my high end for time. I'm like a 40, well, I'm like a 35 to 45 minute kind of
45 to
hold
an
my
hour.
attention type
45
of
to an hour.
person. Yeah. Um, it says it plays in like 45 to an hour, I think. Um, but I think this looks really interesting. I'm excited to see how it does.
The components look
Yeah, the
gorgeous. The
components are
components are
adorable.
gorgeous.
I think, yeah, somebody put a lot of thought
Oh, and
into
you
this.
can stack them across too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I like puzzly games. I don't do well at them, but I do like them. I get beat at them quite frequently. But that's okay. I still play.
That one looks good.
So I yeah, so check that one out. I think that one's gonna be fun.
This is from Michael Kiesling and Wolfgang Kramer and from Avalon Hill. Yeah, Kate, SETI, if I ever make it to a convention, I would definitely sit down and play a game as SETI, but I am not going to buy it because, first of all, it looks big, and it just looks like it's above my complexity as well. Um, but it is one that I would definitely be interested in at least trying. Like, if I ever go to a convention, I definitely want to go to one that play games, and I want to try some games that are out of my comfort zone with somebody who can teach me how to play it because I can't sit down and try and learn it. Um my next one. Oh, I should have wore my other shirt today. I was gonna wear my shirt I got on my day last year. My hoodie that I've been wearing for relaxing in specifically for this. So last summer for my 50th birthday, I know I don't look 50.
Looks way older.
No comment. No comment on that.
Kidding.
No, no comment on that. Anyway,
Ouch.
um,
Hmm.
for my 50th birthday last summer, we went and spent a few days in Chicago. And I've always known that Chicago is known as the second city. I don't think even growing up in Wisconsin, I don't think I ever knew why it was. And we did the boat tour on the river and found out that it is called the second city because of the fact that when Chicago burned down in the Great Fire, oh, and this is 2025.
Oh, that's Raising Chicago. That's not.
Oh, wrong
Yeah,
game,
that's not the right game.
wrong game. Not Raising Chicago, Rebuilding
Rebuilding.
Chicago. So this is Raising Chicago was another game about Chicago that we kind of learned a little bit about where they had to raise the whole city. But anyway, Rebuilding Chicago is about building Chicago back up after the Great Fire. So this one it just sounds really interesting, and after hearing the story on the boat, it just this theme really kind of went, oh, that's really kind of cool. Like that's an interesting theme, and just finding out like that's why Chicago is called the second city. If you did not know that, because they had to rebuild the city on top of the city that burned down because of the cow who knocked over
The
the the
lantern.
lantern, supposedly.
That's
So
what they blame it
yeah.
on.
So in Rebuilding Chicago, a standalone successor to 2023's Rebuilding Seattle, you're responsible for managing the zoning and expansion of a major neighborhood following the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. Each round, your population grows, then you can either build a new building, expand into a new suburb, activate an event, or build a landmark. After which you earn profit based on the neighborhood's commerce. You'll buy building types from a shared market, looking to find shapes that fit your grid and types that fit your strategy, and construct landmarks on the right tile combinations. So yeah, I just it has a solo comes with a solo player deck so you can compete to build the best version of the Chicago even with just one player. Like I said, had we not gone to Chicago last summer and learned this story, I'm not sure that it would be on my radar. But we went to a lot of these districts and went around, and it just sounds kind of interesting. So I'll have to kind of keep an eye on it and see if it's one that ends up being one that we pick up or not. But like I said, this one is all because we were in Chicago last summer and we heard the story and we I don't know. I mean, polyominoes. I love polyominoes. So yeah. So it looks. It just the theme of it is really what I liked about it and I thought was interesting. So yeah, Rebuilding Chicago from WizKids, designer
Ooh,
Quinn Brander.
look at the time on that one. It's 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Might need a potty break during that one. I didn't realize that one was so long for playing time. But you don't build Chicago in a day, so
No,
yes, you
no.
can't play it
1 to 2 hours.
in. Touche. I'm sorry, you done talking.
Yes, I'm good.
I have so many comments when I keep them in my mouth. So the next one I'm going to talk about continues my theme of animals, and I have not talked about a cat game yet today. So I'm going to talk about Pyramid, where your grandma loves cats, so she's adopted so many cats that she can't keep track of the mischievous furballs who refuse to settle down at bedtime. Your mission: help grandma stack the kittens into a perfect pyramid so they can finally get some shut eye. Roll dice, assign results to the board, and decide: push your luck or play it safe. In this wacky family friendly game, you'll need a combination of wit, strategy, and a little bit of feline for time to claim victory.
You're really going all in on that, aren't you?
Yes,
Okay.
Carmen.
All
I
right.
think this game looks so cute. I watched a little teeny tiny video of this, and when Ian first brought it to my attention, I was like, I don't want to listen to that. But then once I looked at the board and saw how they stacked, oh my gosh, I'm excited for
Did
this
you
game.
see this one?
Oh,
Or
did
did
I?
I don't know.
I
You
did.
did.
This
This
was
came
the
across
one.
your
That's right.
Facebook
I was
feed.
thinking of that other one.
This came across your Facebook feed.
Yes.
Then we watched something on it.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
because you
It
brought
seems
this one
so
to my
long ago
attention.
already. Oh my gosh, it
It was like
wasn't
a
that.
week ago.
It was. It was like yeah, like an hour ago. Um, it was like a what 2 weeks ago,
Not
3 weeks.
even.
Yeah. But I think this game just looks cute. All of the little cats, every one of them is different. Grandma really needs to control her kitty hotel and her cat intake, and I think this just looks fun. Just another one of those silly games that I'm gonna be really bad at.
Nice. It does. It looks. I mean, we're gonna. I mean, those of you that follow the channel know we do a theme month, and I think next year, uh,
Do like cat month.
we are. I mean, Cat Month is gonna be. It's already kind of on the radar for it. Okay, I am going to attempt to see if I can
Mm.
just share this image in. I don't know if I can or not. Um, but let's see. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna try and go to. Let's see. Let's see if I can go off of that to. Can I open up this? Oh, I can. Okay. So my next game is coming to us from Stonemaier Games, in conjunction with artist Andrew Bosley. And about a year ago, Andrew Bosley released the first travel guide to his Smoking Bones world. And this year, the first of several Smoking Bones games is coming. And recently on Andrew Bosley's Discord, he shared an image. And this image is, and I'm going to just switch over to it real quick here. Where is Discord? Right there. This is an image of his upcoming book, which is a companion book to the upcoming game. Now, the upcoming game is not going to be called this. He said in this that they are all work in conjunction with each other, but this is like before the first game. So this is going to be the first episode in the Smoking Bones saga. This was simply a travel guide that he released last year, from the Smoking Bones travel guides. I think there's more of these coming as well. But this Red Jones and the Burning Heart is the first book in the actual saga. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. Yeah, this book looks gorgeous. I'm gonna back this one on day one because I want. If there's three games I think that I know. The first game is coming in quarter 4 of this year, and if I remember correctly, what Jamie Stegmaier said, when he kind of teased the entire year, is this first game was a game that was submitted to them, and Jamie thought it would work. Like the idea of the game, the components and the mechanics of the game would work great in the Smoking Bone world. So they actually put it into the Smoking Bones world, which I can't imagine was much of a sell. Oh, we really like your game. Your game sounds really good. Would you like to put it in a world designed by Andrew Bosley? I'd be like, yeah, let me think about that for half a second. Yes, please. And he's going to do all the artwork for it? Sure. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the Smoking Bones game coming from Stonemaier Games. We know nothing about it. I know that I love Stonemaier Games. I know that this world looks absolutely gorgeous. I know that Andrew Bosley is one of my favorite board game artists. So I'm very excited about this. And this, I mean, this book just looks absolutely gorgeous. But yes, I believe that this is the in the it's in the world, and this is like book 1, and I think this goes before like the game does. So that is the Smoking Bones game coming from Stonemaier Games. Now let me make sure I go back to the right screen here. There we go. There we go. Okay, now let me get back over here, as I got multiple screens on.
Oh my.
Yep, I got lots of stuff going on here. All right. So let me. I didn't want to bring up all of Discord here, but so someone asked, and he said the books and games go in chronological order. So yes, this is definitely a companion book, though it takes place before the first game in the storyline. The main story is in the books. The game supports them, and more than them just being in the same world, you'll get a more complete narrative by playing the game. So I'm very excited about that too. The whole like it's going to go together. You can read the books, play the game, and you're going to get a more complete story. So very excited for that. And my final game is coming to us from Burnt Island Games, and this is going to be the first in their new small box series of games. So Burnt Island Games, for those of you who don't know, are the more gamery, heavier games for the KTBG side of things. So we have been huge fans of Kids Table board gaming for a long time. Last year on my birthday, I backed Endeavor Deep Sea when the expansion was released, and so that was kind of my birthday present to myself last year. And they are starting a new small box line of games, and in Treeline, the landscape, once lush and green, is covered with cities in stone and brick. The spirits of the forest have awoken, and a change is coming. Take control of your forest clan, the Mushkins, Umbrums, Creaklers, or Stumplings, and reclaim city tiles, restoring the forest and taking control of key tactical positions. As you flip city tiles and deploy your clan members, you'll draw your opponent's troops into action. The forest will return to its former glory, but will your clan be in a position to lead it? Treeline is the first game in Burnt Island Games' new small box lines. These new titles will offer interesting decision and complex strategy in a smaller package. And I mean, this cover is just so cool how you have the words Treeline, but then you have the city on the bottom, and it's in this kind of like sepia tone, but then you have the lush green tree is in this, it's open, you see the colors. This cover just is really striking to me, how it kind of overlaps each other. Yeah, it kind of flips on itself a little bit. And I'm just very interested in this whole small box line of games. I am trying to get into slightly more complex. I'm never going to be a heavy gamer, but I would like to, I guess, work my brain a little bit more with some slightly more complex games. And I'm just really interested in this idea and this theme. So very excited for that one. It is a 2 to 4 player game though. So it is one that we're going to have to kind of check and see if Stacey's going to, be interested or not. Area majority influence and modular boards. So yeah, so that is Treeline from Burnt Island Games. Now let me get my cursor back over here. We'll go back big screen. All right, everybody. There you have it. There was, I don't know, 16, 20 some games. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 8, 16, 24, 25 games, I guess. I think that was 25 games with expansions that we are excited for in the new year. So we'll see. Plus other ones. I mean, those were the ones just we highlighted, but there's more. There were more on this that we talked about. We kind of touched base on a couple other ones real quick as well. So let us know down in the comments what you are most anticipating in the new year. What maybe some games you've already played. Maybe you played them at a convention and you played them already. You're excited for them release. Maybe it's something you just backed. Maybe it's sequels or expansions. Just let us know down in the comments what you are excited for in 2026. Once again, this has been Where There's Wills.
There's a play.
I'm Ian.
I'm Stacey.
And we'll see you next time.
At the table.